Girls, what NSFW questions about guys have you always wondered? How can guys move their penis at will? It blew my mind when I saw it for the first time. How does it feel to get a boner, and how often per day do you get one? When you pee, how do you get any of the residue off? Do you shake it around? Or what does it feel like to be inside someone? When dating with someone and she sends you nudes, what happens with those? Does it die in your gallery with other pictures, or does it actually get used from time to time? How embarrassing is it to get a boner while answering a question your teacher told you to, or when asking your crush out? If you don't come for a while, like a week or a month or so, do your balls feel different? Like, pressurized or sore? Does it hurt to bike? Or do your genitals ever get in the way? Edit, the more you know. Which feels better? Oral, anal, etc.? What little acts of love do you like the most? Does it hurt when you run naked without holding your junk and it's swinging all around? It's amazing how many girls and women have no idea about shrinkage. Or the penis can shrink and grow even without a boner. Loli was in the pool. Is absolutely true. I think most women's experience, going by these questions, is with the penis as a hard object. You have to understand, it's hard for you, when you're around, when you're close by, when you're being naked and doing cool things around and to it. Otherwise it can just shrink up and be the size of one of your balls, just basically the head and some covering and no shaft. Imagine if after you used it, you deflated your dildo down to just the head. That's what it's like carrying it around. Wait, what does it feel like to receive head? And no, I don't mean the pleasure. Like when a guy/girl does it, is it like all slimy on it? Edit, do you like it when a girl/guy keeps sucking when you come? Sorry for the weird question, I just need more tips. Can your dick get hurt during sex? I'm always scared that if I'm on top that I'll accidentally hurt the guy. Running without a sports bra hurts our boobs because they bounce. Does running not hurt your dick/balls? What does it feel like to come? Is it like when to finally get to pee after having to hold it? What pisses you off most about dating/being in relationships with women? What is something you'd like all women to realize about men? Have you ever tried on women's pants or swimwear? How does it fit on you, especially the crotch, hip, waist areas? What the hell is post-nut clarity? What are some of the most awkward time you've got a boner? I'm curious. How do you make it stop? Is it true not all men can come from a blowjob? Edit, thank you for all the replies. I've read them all and found all your responses extremely insightful. Peas, I absolutely love giving my hubby head because, well, it gets me wet. Do you pee sitting when at home? Bear with me, I have a lot of questions about the men's bathroom because it absolutely baffles me. When dudes go to a public toilet, what is the common etiquette? Just how far are you allowed to drop your pants before it becomes public indecency? Do men make fun of the other men who use the stalls because they know they're either taking a shit or feeling self-conscious? Do men actually use the little opening in the front of their pants, or do you have to pull them down to pee? Is there toilet paper at the urinals? Someone once said you just shake it a little. How do you not get infections? Why aren't there like covers for each urinal? From what I've briefly witnessed walking into the wrong bathroom, it's just a line of urinals and you just pee, dick out, surrounded by other dudes with your junk out just pissing. How do you not get self-conscious about it? If there's no room in the men's toilets and your friend is at one of the urinals, is it okay to share to save on space? Do men's bathrooms have condom dispensers similar to how some of ours have emergency pad and tampon ones? Why don't men just sit and pee? Do men really have dick measuring contests with each other, or is that just a myth made up in high school days to make fun of the dudes and or guess who has the smallest dick? Do you talk to each other at the urinal? It's so bizarre. I can't begin to imagine how horrible it'd be for a guy to have pee shyness or be self-conscious about his size and going to a public toilet. How do you sit down? What happens to the penis? Is it usually truthful if you tell a girl that she's the best you've ever had? What do balls feel like? Are they heavy? Squishy? Hard? Edit, okay, I get it now lol. But thanks for the serious replies. What is it like giving head to a woman? Ladies, just because a guy has a boner, doesn't mean he's trying to fuck. A question for my fellow men, do you guys actually enjoy being called daddy? To me it's a total turn off. Makes me feel gross. When you are taking a shit, does the dick slip into the toilet seat and touch the poop? /edit, does it touch the inner rim of the toilet seat is a more practical question. What is a blowjob? Like, what are they doing with their mouths that you enjoy? Obviously they are not blowing and there's definitely some sucking going on, but what else and how hard are they sucking? Is it similar to the amount of sucking used to drink through a straw? Given skull fucking exists, not every blowjob is using suction, so is it nice just to have a warm lubricated hole? Is someone trying to squeeze their mouth around it good? I've identified as a dyke my whole life, but I've always loved and been fascinated with penises, just never interacted with one. Why do you sometimes struggle to get a boner? I experienced that with two guys already when we wanted to have sex for the first few times. Does your junk get in the way all the time? I'd totally accidentally sit on my balls or something. What's the deal with wanting us to swallow your cum? Why do you care what happens after you've got it out? T-1 hour to guys, what NSFW questions about girls have you always wondered? Do they care about innies or outies, vaginas, and breast shape? For a woman, feeling hot is a process, a growing thing. But men can be all chill, and the second after become hard. How does that feel? First you feel normal and the second after you're hot? I was always intrigued about how this works. Alright, who the hell in the comments referred to their penis as Johnson and the Juice Crew? I laughed so hard that I texted it to my fiancé, and when I got back on Reddit I lost the comment and I need to reward them. What does it feel like when men get a boner? Why are men so horny? What does it feel like touching a woman's boobs? I've only been with two guys sexually, and when they touched me there, I felt nothing. It just felt like they were moving fleshy blobs. Maybe it feels way better to guys than it felt to me. Skeptical. Do you masturbate to pictures on social media, even if they are not meant to be arousing? Is there a big difference on how women feel when you're inside them? As in, is the difference between someone who is tight and loose that it's noticeable? For guys who are attracted to females, what about women turns you on? Do you always feel it when you have an erection? Like, if you get a random one, are you always aware of it, or do you only realize it when you see it? As a woman I couldn't tell from the feeling if I'm wet, except when I'm really wet. Frankly, I was always afraid of the teeth. And having my first BJ that made me come coincide with her dragging her teeth across my most sensitive parts hurt and made that fear much greater. Always wondered, what if she sneezed with my wang in there? Would guys have sex with girls on their periods? I heard it helps with their cramps. Why do they like to stick it in girls' butts? How nervous do guys get about performance, and do they think sex is mostly their job while she lies there? I'm bi and only slept with women until this year. With guys, I feel like they get so anxious, and then a few seemed really embarrassed because they couldn't get hard, or come too fast, or something like that. I'm just sitting there feeling anxious for being out of shape and fat, and not able to give head for as long / as well as I'd like. I just want to make you feel good, not pressure you. I feel like a teenager again. I'm used to having to do nearly all the work with another woman. With guys, they seem so much more focused on my pleasure and I'd counter-react. I've read medical books my mother gave to me about human anatomy. So I understand that there's veins connecting between the shaft and the so-called balls. So, my point. When guys stroke themselves, do they accidentally pull one of those veins by accident? Does it get bigger if you blow into it? Joey. Does anal feel different for you? Had anal with one that never had it before, and he didn't even realize he wasn't in my PC but in my butt until I told him. Do guys enjoy anal stimulation, getting rimmed, fingered, wearing plugs, etc.? Do guys feel good when their nips are stimulated as? As a girl, I love it when a guy does that, so just curious smile. How often do guys masturbate? I know for girls it's either very often or never, no in between. But from what I've heard, the more bored the dude is, the more often. Why the obsession with butt stuff? Aren't you worried about poop? Do men actually measure their penises, or is this something glamorized on TV? Is morning wood real? Does it only happen with wet dreams, or does it happen whether or not you want it to? I've never understood morning wood. Not a woman, but always interested in this. How annoying is a circumcised dick? Like, wouldn't it fucking hurt all the time having your glands always touching cloth or fabric? How would you describe the perfect blowjob? Why do they draw penises on everything? If there's no room in the men's toilets and your friend is at one of the urinals, is it okay to share to save on space? No. Nobody does that. But that is called crossfire and generally gets a chuckle if you jokingly encourage it while waiting on a really long urinal line. Why MMV if it's all complete strangers, though? How are you guys really feeling today? Anything bottled up you would like to share? Edit, as expected. Men tend to have it quite shitty. Be kind, be patient, and don't be so hard on men. They, including women, are human with human needs before they are men. Let the men be human. Ladies, let's cut the shit and ask the real question we're all wondering. If you were to swim naked at least belly button deep in water, would your dick float? Or do the balls float and the dick sinks, or vice versa? Edit, this was not a request for perverts to hit me up. Unless you're showing me a video of you swimming naked, then please do not inbox me. Thanks. Do different vaginas actually feel different? Can a dude's G-spot be reached without going up the butt? I've only been intimate with one guy thus far, and his balls were ticklish lol, was wondering how common this is. I like how all the questions are penis/sex related lol. Why do guys seem to always want to come in a woman's mouth or on her face? Is it just me, or is this question posted every other week on r/AskReddit? Do you guys really get aroused with nudes? Would you actually care if you heard your girlfriend/wife dropping a Titanic dump? Or would you just be like, I bet she feels great after that. I'm poop shy because my butt turns into a demon sometimes, but I'd like to finally let it rip one day and not feel bad about it. Okay, I'm curious about if men who are circumcised can feel the tip of their junk. Is it just numb? Someone on Twitter said their boyfriend cannot feel the tip getting loved at all. Why haven't erection concealing pants been invented yet? I have known several men in my life that scratch their crotch area quite a bit. Is it that the balls are itchy or something else? As someone who's never had a boyfriend and always feel like I'm not cool enough, woman facepalming, what are some characteristics you like when going out with a girl? I feel like guys don't like my bubbly and open personality. All my bitchy, mysterious friends steal their attention. Edit: I wasn't implying that I'd change if people told me one was more preferable. I could never change my personality. I just wanted to hear people's opinions on it. That being said, thank you so much to all the kind words and advice. Means a lot. Smile. Do your balls just swing back and forth when you run? How is this asked every week and still gets awards? When you pee, do you need your hands to help you aim, or does your penis auto-aim? What kind of sentences turn you on during sex? What do you like to hear, if anything? When in the bath, do balls float or sink? How often do you play with your balls? They're so fun. I think if I had them I'd never quit messing with them. Egg-shaped fun sacks. Do you imagine having sex with other women while in a good, committed relationship? What do you guys think about during the act? Like, I've seen faces during sex and I swear I'm thinking, what is he thinking? Lol. Like, do you think of PPRN? Or the woman you are with? An ex? Ninjago? Your 8 buddies? Lol. Why the unsolicited dick pics? If you're not in space, do it push you backward? When two gay men have sex, how do they know whose penis will open up to accept the other person's penis? I will preface this with saying I'm a fairly attractive woman. Nowhere attractive enough to be a model or actress, but I often stand out in groups of regular people. Slim build, kinda curvy, pleasant face, kinda short though. So I don't blame myself. Twice now on the first occasion of having sex with a new guy, they can't get hard or stay hard for long. Both said it has never happened to them before. I didn't believe one of them because of how fast he said it. The other guy said something about blue balls. In both these occasions basically zero penetrative sex happened, and I don't know why. These were men in their 20s. Outside of those guys, I've only had sex with a now ex who could get hard really easily and go for multiple times a day for hours if that's what I wanted. Why could these guys not maintain an erection on our first sexual encounter? Nerves? Blue balls? How do you have blue balls if you literally have the opportunity to have sex? I never pressed the issue with the individual guys because they seemed sensitive about it. The issue occurred again for one of them but not the other. Also, how normal is it for men who are so young to have issues getting hard? I mostly associate that with older men. One thing that happens typically to younger guys is the random boner. When you're going through puberty, you randomly will get angry, painful, raging rock hard boners. And for no reason at all. My most memorable experience was I'm in 6th grade and people are randomly being called to the front to solve problems on the board. And out of nowhere my man decided I'm ready to fuck, been ready my whole fucking life. So I'm sitting there sweating bullets looking at the teacher in dread to not be called to the board. Do guys really get distracted in class by spaghetti straps? Were you ever so turned on you couldn't do class work? I always thought dress codes were BS, but now is my chance. I once heard that like women, men's hormones fluctuate on a monthly basis. Do men ever have days that could be equated to PMS in women? Grumpy, emotional, feeling out of it physically, craving certain foods, stuff like that. Also, guys who shave their pubes and skirt, why? I've seen a lot of pictures of men who are completely shaved down there, and quite frankly, it's creepy because it kind of makes you look like prepubescent boys. Why do guys wake up with an erection? What's it like to go in a urinal if you're insecure or just don't like your junk being exposed to other people like that? My only experience with this topic is what's shown in movies. Forgive me if this is a dumb question XD.